Okay, I'm showing you a picture right now on my cell phone. It shows the date and the time. The date being August 9, 2013, and the time being 9:51 a.m. I'm in San Diego, California, and I gotta make this video short. You can see here by me showing you that my tent is locked up. I'm hiking in California. My name is Jesse Williams, and I am a target victim and activist concerning the crimes of what is known as organized stalking. Now, as a result of being a target of this crime, one of the tactics of harassment I experienced by the perpetrators who are managing this crime, what they do is get up on that sidewalk and they will say gang stalk, gang stalker, or gang stalking periodically. They'll do it. They'll usually ride their bikes from there to there. They've done it a couple times jogging and a couple times walking as well. And then periodically when they do that, they'll say, why don't you come and steal our stuff? The skanks they set up about 200 feet away to hike out are yelling gang stalking and oh my god from a distance. That's right. Now, so what I have to do in response to it is take a video picture showing that my property's here. Now, I've already made lengthy videos as I'm showing you my tent on previous days that have additional statements that describe why organized stalking and gang stalking targets end up homeless. You can go to Google and extensively research gang stalking and discover that creating homelessness of targets is one of their main objectives for every target, eventually. I'd say at least 75 to 80% at least of organized stalking, gang stalking targets are homeless, and the remaining ones will eventually be. Make no mistake about it. You know, if you've never even heard of gang stalking before, and you decide to research it online, in the very first day, like if you get a cup of coffee and you go sit in front of your computer, okay, and you type in gang stalking and you review it just for an hour and a half, one of the first things you'll see is that they create homelessness of targets. That's right, by getting landlords, property owners on board, using postal employees on board to steal or delay your rent, creating evictions as a result of bogus, falsified complaints. You would not believe what I know. And I am running so late today that I don't have a lot of time this morning to be as descriptive as I usually am in my and that I have been in my previous videos concerning me showing you my tent. So we're going to see if any problems transpire concerning me, about me, towards me, around me, or against me at this hiking area on any date. Because in organized stalking and gang stalking expeditions, they can use anybody. A neighbor, a construction worker, a landscape worker. If they'll run apartments next to, above, or below a target, or solicit current tenants that are above, below, or next to a target in an apartment building, if they'll gang stalk them to a motel room, do you honestly think that they won't set up a hiking area 200 feet away? Then why are they yelling gang stalking from a distance when I'm over here? How do they know I'm a gang stalking target? I've never introduced myself to one person except for the San Diego police and specific university police officers after gang stalking was happening, after incidences happened, and the police had to be called by me. And so, you know, when we look at the factual reality that if they go as far as either soliciting current tenants that are above, below, or next to a target, or that they will literally even rent apartments next to a target in order to engage in bring about harassment for a target to experience while they're in their apartment, you know, trying to mind their own business and live in peace, do you honestly think that they won't set up a hiking area 200 feet away? Now, let me tell you something, another thing. I already know this is organized crime in the system, so we're going to see if they ever try and say, well, Leslie, it's proven now that you're being gang stalked because of the proof that's on the internet right now, which is only 0.01% of the proof I have. And the proof is online, that's not even 0.01% of what I have, is astronomical, and it's undeniable in your face proof. Now, I've heard many radio talk show hosts talk about how the government can set up scenarios and situations in order to be able to then to excite and produce fear in a person's mind, in a group's mind, and even possibly even in a community's mind. It's been talked about on the radio on specific types of talk shows. And then they act like that they're the rescuers of the situation, the problem they create. Because they have an agenda. That's the reason why the problem was created to begin with. Organized stalking and gang stalking is directly connected to all forms of racketeering, human trafficking, sexual servitude rings, identity theft, land co-opting, property co-opting, trust fund liquidation. You would not believe what I know. Okay, and this is one of the main reasons why they make targets homeless. And I've already, again, like I've said, I've already made extremely descriptive videos concerning their motivations, their aspirations, who they are, how they operate, and I can't do it every morning because I'm just... If I make half-hour videos every morning just showing my tent and then describing the reasons why I'm here, it's taking huge amounts of my day out, you know, of the time that I have during the day to do what I got to do in order to expose the crime that's happening to me, investigate lawyers online, using my brand new computer I bought on May 29, 2013. And we're going to see if that computer all of a sudden stops operating. Yesterday I was at UCSD in the middle of uploading videos and doing some research for lawyers, and the computer just shut down right before my eyes and then rebooted back up. Now you can go to YouTube and type in Connie Marshall targeted individual, and she talks about how she's a gang stalking target in Louisville, Kentucky. She talked about how she's been through 5 or 6 fax machines, multiple computers, and several cell phones. Anyways, again, so I gotta go, and so we're gonna see if anybody, if I come home on any date, anybody is down here acting like they're just hanging out, okay? Because I have to hide my property that I sleep in and my clothes at other areas around here. It's very well hidden. And so when I come home, I got to get this property out where it's hidden at. If they got somebody set up in here acting like they're just hanging out, okay, or if they set up a tent around here anywhere, then that's going to produce fear in me that these people will steal my property as a result of them being able to see where it's hidden at. Now, I already know that the freaks that they set up 200 feet away have been set up. They were set up there within 2.5 weeks after I moved here. So I had to move over to this location. Yeah. So, and one of the main methods of that the perpetrators of this crime initiate towards targets is to make them move from place to place to place to place to place, because it aids in abet in breaking a target down physically, mentally, emotionally, psychologically, and financially. Why do you think they run apartments and create the homelessness? To get them to move. That's right. And so they just figure that, well, we know she's gone. That's why they get on the sidewalk and will say gang stalk, gang stalker, gang stalking. Hang on. And then periodically when they say that, they'll say, why don't you come and steal her stuff? So in response to it, I had to develop creative ways to hide it, so they won't know where it's at. So then what they might do next is just have people down here acting like they're hanging out when I come home to get it out, or in the morning before I hide it. Then in turn, I'll be afraid they'll see where it's hidden at. That'll compel me, put me under stress and duress every day, which they believe might compel me to move to another place. Now, this is the second hiking area I've been gang stalked to. Do you honestly think they won't gang stalk me to a second one? If they gang stalk targets to motel rooms and apartment buildings, do you honestly think, and this second hiking area, do you honestly think they're not going to gang stalk me to the next place? Get real. I'm gang stalked along all my routes. I have over 700 audio files in my possession on multiple tape recorders and multiple micro SD cards. They're memory cards that you stick into a tape recorder. Like, I'm taping what I'm stating right now, okay, in this tape recorder. And this tape recorder's got a feature that you can stick micro cassette cards in. Okay, see, it's right there. Okay, hang on. It's right there. Okay, and that way I didn't have to continue to buy other tape recorders once the internal memory of this one would become full. And so right now I have in my possession at least 12 microcards, at least 11 to 12 tape recorders, separate tape recorders, of over 700 audio files of gang stalk, gang stalker, gang stalk, gang stalk. Oh my God, weird, crazy gang stalk being set along all my routes for at least the last year and a half, everywhere I go. So if they're going to gang stalk me to everywhere I go, including this hiking area, do you honestly think they're not going to gang stalk me to the next one? And since the manager of these expeditions knows I'm wearing a tape recorder, because when I've uploaded audio files of proof, they were uploaded to a video file. The video files were then uploaded to the internet. Cyber surveillance is a direct method of gang stalking. Go to YouTube and type in gang stalking bullying and steroids. An individual in Santa Cruz, which is right next door to San Diego, flat out states he's harassed everywhere he goes, even at his own home. And then a Lieutenant Larry Richards, who's from the Santa Cruz Police Department, says that gang stalking has been going on forever, and that it's even reached out into the cyber world. Now, cyber hacking, cyber monitoring, cyber espionage, hacking into targets' email accounts, rerouting emails for help is a known method of theirs that you can research all over the internet. So do you honestly believe they don't know that I have uploaded audio files to video files and then uploaded those video files to YouTube? Think again. And as a result of them monitoring that and seeing from around May 20th up until yesterday, they've seen I've uploaded a good amount, not a good amount of the 700, but a good amount of proof. So now what they're doing is still doing this tactic, but just doing it more from a distance, so it's not clearly heard by this caught in this tape recorder. And they went back to using the physical gestures. Go to YouTube and type in "Learning Disabled Woman Catches Gang Stalker Admitting Sent to Harass." Read comments. Then go to YouTube and type in 2/20/13. "Learning Disabled Woman Catches Another Gang Stalker Admitting Sent to Harass." Make sure you thoroughly and meticulously cross-reference everything that is in the description of each of those two videos in reference to the additional cooperative material that's in the descriptions of those YouTube videos in reference to their published dates and the statements. Cross-reference the published dates to the statements in the host videos. Okay? And look at what came first and what was caught later in reference to the dates and what was caught and what was being already described by me online. I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams, which proved I was being stalked before the proof was got. Because what they admitted to was what the previous videos that were already online I was describing. Okay? So now that I've continued to talk, I'm here today to tell you that I'm still being gang stalked on all my routes. People engaging in physical gestures being done deliberately for me to see. Okay? That blend in with the everyday environment of physical gestures that everybody makes. It's called sensitization methods of organized stalking, gang stalking expeditions. All you gotta do is Google it. If you thoroughly investigate this crime, you'll come to understand what I'm talking about. Alright, I gotta go. I literally gotta stop talking because I still gotta make a video prediction for the day. Alright, thank you and have a nice day.